First at 6, we're looking into what's being done after the city of Jacksonville missed out on $1 million for park upgrades from the state of Florida. Thank you for joining us tonight. I'm Heather Crawford.
And I'm Anthony Austin. This money was supposed to come from a grant to help pay for upgrades to James Weldon Johnson Park. Our investigative reporter Riley Phillips has been digging into this issue. She's joining us live now from the park downtown. So Riley, city leaders say someone missed a deadline to secure this grant.
Yes, the city started pursuing this $1 million grant back in 2022, but 3 years later, the Florida Department of State said the city failed to submit required documents in time, and that money is no longer available. This has some city council members calling for more oversight.
Overall, that grant will not be received by the city.
Jacksonville City Council Auditor Kim Taylor addressing a $1 million hole in funding for upgrades to James Weldon Johnson Park during the latest Finance Committee meeting. Her office looked into this at the direction of Councilman Rory Diamond.
I heard in public comment that there was a missing $1 million grant, and so I went and did the research with our council auditors, and yeah, we lost $1 million just because we didn't file a 2-page report.
According to the Council Auditor's Office, the city of Jacksonville began the application for an African American historical and cultural grant from the Florida Department of State back in 2022 under the Lenny Curry administration. The grant was for $1 million, with the city matching $250,000. The grant agreement deadline was first extended to December 31st, 2023 at the request of the city. The city requested another extension later that year, pushing the deadline to June 30th, 2024. But in May 2025, the city received this letter from the Florida Department of State stating the city failed to submit a final report for the grant by the deadline and the department cannot process the city's payment. The problem, the $1 million has already been spent by the city for some of the initial design work for park upgrades, so the city will no longer be reimbursed for that money.
I mean, we're going to have to come up with $1 million somewhere else, people's hardworking money, just to make up for what we could have had for free.
The council auditor says a position change for the city employee working on this grant could be to blame for the missed deadline. But Mayor Donna Deegan's office says the grant manager at the state level told the city's Parks Department grant manager she would not need to request another deadline extension. Emails between the city's Parks Department and the State Department dated July 2024 show the city's grant manager asking if a contract extension would need to be completed. The Department of State said no, as long as the expenditures were paid out. Diamond is now calling for more oversight.
I mean, this is totally ridiculous. So this is in front of the IG. This is the Inspector General has got this now, and others need to look at this.
Now, the upgrades to James Weldon Johnson Park are still in the design phase. The total project is expected to cost around $7 million. The council auditor said the city will need to find a new funding source to make up for the $1 million, but the mayor's office tells me this project is fully budgeted for in the city's capital improvement plan. Live in downtown Jacksonville, Riley Phillips, First Coast News, on your side.